Why does RC sensorless cogging happen? Have you ever noticed your remote control vehicle hesitating when you first hit the throttle? That stutter is often due to cogging in sensorless electronic speed controllers. So, what exactly causes this issue? Sensorless electronic speed controllers operate without direct feedback on the rotor's position. Instead, they estimate the rotor's position by measuring the back electromotive force, which is the voltage generated by the motor as it spins. Cogging occurs mainly at startup when the electronic speed controller and motor are trying to synchronize. When you start from a complete stop or very low speed, the electronic speed controller sends power pulses to get the motor moving. However, the rotor's position is not precisely known at that moment. This uncertainty leads to hesitation. The rotor has permanent magnets that interact with the stator's slotted iron core. This interaction creates magnetic detense, also known as cogging torque. Essentially, this cogging torque makes the rotor resist smooth rotation, causing it to stick or jump between stable positions created by the magnetic forces. As the electronic speed controller applies power, the rotor moves slightly and generates back electromotive force. The electronic speed controller reads this back electromotive force to estimate the rotor's position. However, the cogging torque can cause unpredictable shifts in the rotor. This makes it challenging for the electronic speed controller to maintain synchronization, resulting in that choppy startup experience. Once the motor reaches a certain speed, the electronic speed controller can reliably track the rotor's position through back electromotive force. At this point, the cogging effect becomes less noticeable, and the motor runs smoothly. Several factors can influence cogging and startup hesitation in sensorless electronic speed controller systems. For instance, high gear ratios can increase the load on the motor, making it harder to overcome cogging torque. Mechanical issues, like binding in the drivetrain, can also add resistance and worsen hesitation. Additionally, the motor's design plays a role. Motors with more poles or specific stator slot configurations tend to have stronger cogging torque. In practical terms, cogging is most noticeable when starting from a stop, especially under load or with high gear ratios. To minimize cogging effects, ensure your drivetrain is free of binding. Using appropriate gearing can lower the start-up load, and selecting motor types with less cogging torque can also help. Sensorless electronic speed controllers are popular in remote control vehicles because they are simpler and more affordable than their sensored counterparts. However, the trade-off is that users often experience startup hesitation due to cogging. Understanding these dynamics can help you make adjustments for a smoother experience.